panel who's joining us to weigh in with their thoughts. We've got Joe Slaughus, who is a Democrat, who is a regular member here in our studios often enough. We're great to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while, but I'm glad that you are joining us today with your perspective, as well as David Pietrucha. I'm saying it correctly. Good. I'm glad. And who is an author and historian.
That's
and
correct.
We are glad that you were here with us as well. Just for a moment, can you comment about what James Rosen was talking about, the bickering that's already going on between the Bush camp and the Perry camp about the way that Perry is trying to distance himself from the former president? What do you make of that?
Well, as a Democrat, I rather enjoy it. It's I think Rick Perry was already having problems getting the attention of donors. There's so many Republican donors who are, sitting back. They're not sure, which way they're going to go, and to annoy, well, somebody like Karl Rove doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think, I think Governor Perry has a very quick mind and a very quick tongue. In this case, I think his tongue got out ahead of his mind.
That's very interesting. I got it. Okay. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I guess the rumors were true that there was bad blood between the Perry and the Bush forces in Texas. We've seen, I'm not sure, though, strategically, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing for Perry, because certainly in the general public, there was a big revulsion against the Bush administration. And I think in the Republican Party as well, the last 2 years or so, I think that's one of the reasons why the vote was so depressed, because people felt that the Bush administration had not come through for them. And then when you see the initial criticisms or questions about Perry, which even I asked it here at this table, is the country ready for another Texas president? So if we equate Texas equals Perry equals Bush, then that's a problem. That's a problem for Perry. But if he distances himself, if he does the old triangulation thing, while it has perils with certain of the fundraisers and the Bush fundraisers, but were the Bush fundraisers going to give to him anyway? And we've seen that in advance of this, the Rasmussen poll, where he shoots up to a third of the electorate already.
Let's throw that poll up there for just a moment, because we can show our viewers Rick Perry in that Rasmussen poll shows up at 29%.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
That's a huge jump just in the first few days after his announcement.
I don't think Romney ever got to 29% in Rasmussen. And so when you see that, and it also told you that people were kind of waiting for another entrant. But is it going to be Ryan after that? Is it going to be Palin after that? Is it going to be Christie after that? Is all of their support, I think, is in play. There's very few of it nailed down to any one person. So stay tuned.
The fact that Perry jumped so high in the poll, right to the top of the pack so quickly, doesn't that show that Republicans, for the most part, we're looking for something else? We're looking for someone else to capture the imagination, so to speak, even though you have established candidates already declared in this race, and not a number of them with Mitt Romney at the time considered the leader of the pack.
And Tim Pawlenty, who spent a lot of time getting to one vote and left.
Right.
I think they're still going to be looking, and I think you can take the governor out of Texas, but you're not going to take the Texas out of this governor, because he's going to be reminded of who he is. I'm sure that.
What do you mean reminded of who he is? Based on being close to the ties to Texas, or the ties to Bush?
Both. As he goes around,
But what's wrong with being from Texas?
Absolutely nothing. But it's going to remind people of Bush. It's going to remind people of Bush, and it's going to, the Democrats will continue to remind you of who.
But on the other hand,